Thank you, Beth. You might not tell by looking at me, but I worry a lot. I worry about the state of the world and the life we're leaving for future generations. I worry about people who are marginalized and vulnerable. I worry about you, my people, and how you're coping with it all. I worry about our staff members and how they're doing. I worry about my own and others' health conditions developing over time. I worry about finances and what retirement might look like. I worry. And often I worry about even the most trivial things. Did I pack my earbuds? Did I print off that thing I was going to print off? Did I salt the pasta water? Did I put garlic on the shopping list? Where did I put the tire pump? In today's pastoral response, Dr. Suchotsky Brown reflected that every day, every month, every year, we are confronted with all that we do not know, do not understand, or do not grasp. Many of us spend much of our mental energy ruminating on the unknown, catastrophizing, believing that the worst will happen. And with the world as it is today, that is not a surprise. And so it is good to be together, yes? Yes. In our chalice lighting today, we acknowledge that we are a community of spiritual seekers, ready to awaken in each other our curiosity in a beautiful, challenging, and complex world. We affirmed in song that we gather as one body in mystery, in struggle, and in power. I've shared before that one of the sources of Unitarian Universalist wisdom is humanist teachings, which counsel us to heed the guidance of reason and the results of science, and warn us against idolatries of the mind and spirit. When my wife Ellen and I became parents in the early 1990s, we had many questions, many fears, many worries. And so we relied on experts to guide us, to teach us how to be better parents. These included our pediatrician, first and foremost, relatives, friends, a newsletter on typical month-to-month, year-by-year child development, our therapist, and plenty of books. One of my favorite resources was the animated children's show, The Magic School Bus. It aired on public television stations from 1994 to 97 when Joe was between 3 and 6. We were smack in the middle of the demographic target market of parents raising young children. For anyone interested, I see that the original first year and a 2018 two-season reboot are available on Netflix. The original show featured celebrity voices for characters. They included Dolly Parton, Dom DeLuise, Carol Channing, Winona Judd, Ed Asner, and many, many others. The storyline followed the adventures of an eccentric teacher named Ms. Frizzle and her 8 students as they explored the wonders of science on exciting field trips around the world and into space. The animated series was first supported by grants from the National Science Foundation to help kids learn about science in a fun way. I credit this show, among other things, with our child Joe earning a biology degree and now working in a life sciences field at the International Owl Center in Houston, Minnesota, a great place to stop this summer if you're ever headed that way. Maybe the Magic School Bus influenced some parent or child you know. Ms. Frizzle's motto was, slide please, take chances, make mistakes, get messy. She instructed her students and all the children and parents watching to not expect perfection in life, but to live and learn fully, wholeheartedly, and filled with curiosity. Thank you, Janelle. If you care to stop by, you will find this motto now on the wall of your minister's office. I happen to believe that this motto resonates with Unitarian Universalist values of transformation, pluralism, and interdependence. It's the idea that seeking truth is a never-ending, sometimes messy, and necessarily mistake-laden process. And that seeking truth in a pluralistic, independent world will, by its very nature, transform us. Dr. Suhotsky Brown continued in her reflections on how we constantly are confronted with all we do not know or understand, to say that sometimes we are humbled by this knowledge, sometimes saddened or angered or even joyous. And sometimes, she wrote, we are made curious by this knowledge and prompted to say, holy and inexplicable is this life. I have no idea what happened or how it happened, but somehow, some way, something changed, and I am free to explore new ways of being. Please always let me continue to search for the unknown in myself and others. This is a message I hope we will share with every young person we know, that we are free to explore new ways of being. And so I want to invite you into a low-stakes exercise in curiosity. Without being too obvious, look around the room or the Zoom room and select someone at random. Go ahead, look around. Imagine where that person might have awakened and come from today. Imagine what they might have had for breakfast, if they did. What do you think they ate? Did they eat or drink it? Was it from a plate, or a bowl, or a cup? Did they eat in bed, or at the dining table, or in the car on the way here? Then consider their mood today. From that brief glimpse you had of them, do you think they slept well? How will they respond to the rain falling? Would you guess that they are happy, sad, anxious, angry, something else? What might they be worrying about? Next, turn inward to your own life. If it helps to close your eyes, go ahead. How is your mood today? Did you sleep well? What's your current emotion or set of emotions? What are you looking forward to today? What is something you are worrying about? A situation, a relationship, an experience? Now imagine sitting next to you, beside you, is your older, wiser, future self. What advice might your future self give you about your current worries? What perspective might they share with you to ease your mind or heart? Let's just sit with that for a moment. Thank you. Everybody take a deep breath. I hope this exercise helped you be curious about others in the room. I hope you will practice it with others in your life. I hope it helped you understand that although today's worry may feel overwhelming, you will get through it. One way or another, it will resolve, and you will come through it, older and wiser. How many of you have heard the phrase, a failure of imagination? What does it mean? And what's it associated with?
Anticipate what might have happened.
To anticipate what might have happened. A failure to anticipate. Anybody else?
Just couldn't conceive of.
We just couldn't conceive of what would happen. Putting blinders on.
Lack of curiosity.
A lack of curiosity.
Having blinders you didn't know you had.
Having blinders you didn't know you had, indeed.
Doing things the way you've always done it just because that's the way you've always done it.
Doing things the way you've always done it because that's the way you've always done it. Yeah. Habit. Yeah. So in my mind, it's associated with the horrific Twin Towers bombing of September 11th, right? No one conceived that someone would use commercial airliners as missiles. Well, the failure of imagination was more simply stated in our story today. The border guard was sure and was worried that the woman might be smuggling. It never occurred to him that the items might be in plain sight. His worry continued over years. He had plenty of time to learn more about what items might be smuggled. He could have been more curious and might have learned about the value of donkeys years earlier, and not after the fact. He could have stopped worrying, at least about that particular threat, far sooner. When particularly foolish activities are revealed in the day's headlines, I often facetiously say, what could go wrong? Knowing full well that a great many things could go wrong. What I don't ask myself often enough, though, when I'm fixated on my own worry, is what could go right? In today's reading, Reverend Goodman invited us to do something when we feel anxious. But more than that, she said that the opposite of anxiety is not calm or confidence, but curiosity. Anxiety is worrying, oh no, what is going to happen? And curiosity is, oh wow, I wonder what could happen. The future is not set. And we can't always predict it. But we can turn our anxious brains away from imagining catastrophes and instead start to be curious. What if instead of imagining impending doom, we imagine how we can hold each other in the chaos? She said it could work retroactively too, with memories. Instead of remembering an awful day years ago, maybe we remember how we reached out for each other in the early days of lockdown, bringing food, meeting in parks and on porches with our neighbors and friends. We can imagine a world transformed. Russian-American novelist and poet Vladimir Nabokov once wrote that curiosity is insubordination in its purest form. Friends, today we sang that our thoughts and spirits are free. On this Memorial Day, as we honor those who died defending the U.S. Constitution and a nation founded on freedom, justice, and the democratic way, let us not succumb to the worry that the worst will happen. Let us instead practice curiosity with one another, here and outside these walls. May we take chances, make mistakes, get messy, and live life wholeheartedly to become those older, wiser selves we imagine today. May we awaken our senses to all that's possible in the world and keep asking ourselves, what if? As we entered, so may we exit today with open minds, warm hearts, and spirits entranced with possibilities of healing, of hope, of transformation, and of justice. So may it be. And amen.